Good evening, everyone. I'm so exhausted today. I did not think I would be able to do a live because for some reason I'm not feeling too well. I think there's something going around because everyone seems to be a bit under the weather. I think my camera is a bit too high, I'm not sure. But everyone seems to be a bit under the weather, and so I'm currently in Budapest, and we had some lovely summer weather. I mean, it was like late 20s. And I was so happy with the weather. I thought it was amazing, but I was told very quickly that actually, no, it's not normal weather. It's not normal for this time of the year in Central Europe, and it's very, very bad. It's a very bad sign. And of course, I didn't listen, and they said there's no way this weather is going to last because it's not normal weather. Anyway, it's suddenly gone absolutely horrible. I mean, it's raining, it's just completely dark. The sun has completely disappeared. So that was a bit of a rude awakening. I'm just getting some paper for the writing session. So yeah, it was a rude awakening, and it's just grey, rainy, and very dark at the moment. The sun's completely gone. And everyone's suddenly falling ill again, because I think the weather's gone a bit chilly. So I would actually rather have a normal early spring and have a proper summer than have very temperamental weather all year round. So I think I'm slightly under the weather. I just feel, when you feel a bit groggy and you can't really concentrate and you feel very tired, that's exactly how I feel right now. But I'm editing a video. I'm trying to make my video slightly better for the vlog. So I'm editing a video at the moment for the channel, and I'm hoping I can get it finished fairly soon. I didn't think I would that I would struggle because I'm having a massive issue getting a laptop where I am in Budapest. I know it sounds a bit silly, but I need a normal, because the Hungarian keyboards have their own system, and trying to type on them, especially typing really fast, is a bit of a nightmare. So I'm waiting to get a MacBook from the United Kingdom. I ordered one, it got sent back for strange reasons. I don't think they were expecting, I don't know, it got sent back to Apple in the UK. So I ordered another laptop, it got sent back. So I'm trying to use a very old laptop for all my editing, and it's an absolute nightmare. I do not wish anyone to be in my shoes. So I thought we could just enjoy a very relaxed writing session today. Once again, I'm gravest apologies for not advertising this writing session. I do try to do Tuesdays in the evening at 6 p.m. GMT. I'm getting my time zones mixed up. Yes, 6 p.m. GMT. I try to start the Write With Me sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today I did not advertise it because, I don't know, life happened and I'm just so exhausted. And the change in weather has been an absolute nightmare. But I think what we will all agree on is that the Write With Me sessions are working. They're definitely working for me because I'm getting a lot done. And it's just amazing to sit down with you guys and just get the writing done. And yes, it's a very exciting time to be a writer, or to be a creative, anything, to be a creative person. It's a very, very exciting time. So this is what I worked on last time, and I actually haven't finished it, but I do want to continue with another bit of the series. So I'm currently working on Yep, and they all came tumbling down. I'm currently working, not the dwellers. I'm currently working on Heathens. I'm working on book 3 at the moment, and it's very exciting because I'm pretty much done with book 2, but I haven't finished typing. I've written out everything, as you know I do, but I haven't actually finished typing it up yet, and I'm not about to send written work to my editor because she will be absolutely livid. So I'm just waiting on the laptops to arrive. So when I actually wrote The Dwellers, this series here, the Dwellers series, that's book 1, that's book 2, and that's book 3. When I actually wrote that series, I actually handwrote it as well. And people tend to laugh at me about that because they're like, how could you do that? But for me, it was the most productive way of writing. And people cannot believe when I say that's how I write. So all this was written by hand originally, all these books. And then I just simply typed them up. But writing by hand, don't ignore it, don't laugh about it, because it might be one of the most effective ways of getting all your ideas down. Because I just haven't, I do have an issue with typing straight onto a laptop. I think it's a very cold process. And when I say cold, I mean it's a very detached process. I don't feel that you are actually connecting to the paperwork or to the words or to what you're writing. And I know that there are millions of authors. Are there millions of authors? I don't know. Millions of people who write that way, but I can't. I've not been able to do it since I was a child. I've never been able to write that way. So I know it's rather odd, but I think we all have our own systems, don't we? So if you're joining the writing session, welcome. If it's your first time, welcome as well. I do hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to ask me questions, and I'll answer them as appropriately and as speedily as possible as well. But obviously I am sort of going to handwrite. I'm going to just pop some music on, set the mood. So apart from writing at the moment, I teach English part-time, which is quite interesting and quite challenging because I think I use too many words when I teach. I use quite flowery language, and my students are like, why are you speaking that way? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got carried away. And my fellow teachers, my colleagues, they just laugh at me because I think they find it quite funny. Okay. So I haven't sorted out my playlist yet, but I will get to it. I'm getting to these things slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Okay, so if you're working on anything, I'm going to stop talking in a few minutes. If you're working on anything, do let me know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I do hope that you enjoy writing as well. So let's try and make it a full hour of writing. And obviously, don't hesitate to ask me questions about work or my writing or whatever. It's all fine. So it always takes a few seconds to warm up, but what I do tend to do is just relax, sit in silence, and just start with a word, 2 words, 3 words, and then go from there. if anyone's writing, do let me know what you're working on. That is, if you wish to let me know what you're working on. It's really good to know what everyone's doing without revealing too much information, of course. And also, if you have any ways in which the Write With Me sessions can be improved, that would be great. I will try to type once in a while, but at the moment, writing with pen and paper is just so soothing for me, and it's just very relaxing, especially in the evenings. But I will try to type, to incorporate some typing sessions as well.
Oh, you're Hudson McCarthy, revising a story. Oh, amazing. I hope it's going well. I'm glad people are finding this relaxing. That's really good to hear. I think I just like writing in the evenings or very early in the mornings, and it's just such a soothing way to just unwind and just get words down on paper, definitely. Yeah, this is going well. I'm making good headway here. And I'm writing quite an interesting scene that's setting the foundation for something that happens at the end of the book. So I'm happy with this so far. In terms of the book, I'm halfway through it. Well, this is writing book 3. I'm halfway through it, but my stories tend to be about each book tends to be about 90,000 words, give or take, and I do tend to stick to that word count. Sometimes I go slightly above, but I do like to write. I go slightly above, and my editor just removes any remnants or whatever. So sometimes it comes out as maybe 80,000 words. So I think I'm halfway through the book now. But this process is just about getting all my words down without any editing. I'm just writing. And I'm going to type it up, and then I'm going to do a first edit on my own, and then a second one. So maybe, and then after the second draft, it goes up to the editor. Who's lovely. She's a very patient woman. Very, very patient. I don't deserve her at all. Oh yeah, writing, I'm surprised more people don't do it. Even if they're not writing because they want to write a book or whatever, I'm surprised people don't do it more. Whether it's journaling or just writing a diary, it's so therapeutic. You don't always have to write a story. You can write a diary, you can do a journal, scrapbooking, world building, all sorts of things in journals. And I think if a lot more people wrote, the world would be a better place, in my opinion. And it's very freeing as well, and very cathartic. You're absolutely right. Okay, I don't like wasting paper, so I'm going to try and dry this out. The ink does take a teeny weeny bit of time to dry. Yeah, I do handwrite everything. I handwrite everything because I find my work is a lot better. When I try to type, I think I forget a lot. I mean, I can type once in a while, but I have to be very, very immersed in the story. So if I sat down in front of my laptop and I was supposed to write a certain number of words that day, it would take me a good 20 minutes to get into the rhythm of things. Whilst in writing, I just get my pen to paper and I just start writing, and then it starts falling into place. So it's a lot easier for some reason. It is much easier. Okay, I think that's all dry now.
Oh yeah, journaling is amazing. When I used to volunteer with they call them emotionally complex children, I always encourage them to journal or write diaries. Some of them did, but I think for the others it was slightly more difficult because I think that meant getting in touch with their emotions, and they didn't want to at that point in time. But journaling is, oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, disappearing into the ink is a very good analogy. I think you just become one with the paper, and it's a lot more immersive than typing. And I think also, like you say, writing on paper is far less distracting because you can put your laptop away or your gadgets away. But I think with laptops, there's always a tendency to pop onto a shopping website or YouTube or this website or that website. So maybe out of a 45 minutes writing session, you spend a few, like 15 minutes browsing. So this just completely locks you in, and you have to just write, for the entire duration.
He looked at Oki, but he avoided eye contact with him. So this is quite interesting because I've forgotten an important detail about this character, Chloe. It's got to do with her eye color. So I'm just going to make a little note. There. Because I usually have on my, for all my characters, it sounds a bit silly, I do have their features written down, what they look like, hair, skin tone, skin color, eye color, you know, hair color, and also what they tend to wear. So I do have character profiles. So just to explain, in this book, this is the first book of the series. However, I did write a prequel, and the prequel was just to give readers a taste of my writing so they knew what to expect and what not. And this is the, one second, I'm just bringing it up. So it's an ebook. So that's the ebook, and it's called A Perilous Rescue. And if anyone wants to read it, this one's free. It's available in my links in my description and in my bio. And every character in the series has a profile. So this book, sorry, it's a bit awful on the screen, started in occurred in 1910, Jericho Island, West Indies, 1910. And she's got a profile. She's no longer in the series anymore because this is like a prequel to the series, but she's got a profile and she's got a profile. And I like to do that for all my characters because it means that I know what I'm working with, I know who I'm working with, and you don't have to go back and forth to find out certain characteristics about them. So that's what I tend to do. Especially if it's going to be a long series, it's always just best to save your time, save yourself the effort, and just have character profiles for each character. It doesn't have to be anything long or complex. It can be like little pieces of little sheets of A5 paper, and you have the crucial, the very important bits of information that are required. So when you're actually writing or typing up, you're not going back and forth looking for a character's information or trying to remember.
Yeah, do download the prequel. I do hope you like it. It's I really enjoyed writing it. It's a novella form. I love writing novellas as well. And whenever I'm working on a series, I like to write an intro to the series because I think it just gives me an excuse to write an extra book, which is quite funny, but at the same time a bit sad, I think. Um, yes, the story Bible. That's exactly what I'd call it, definitely. But it's just good to have like a character reference. It's just good to have to know, so you're always reminded of who your characters are. And what you could also do as well, actually, is just world build. Spend an entire sketchbook. It's quite fun. Well, not an entire sketchbook, but several pages world building and drawing this world and the intricacies around the world and plants and what is unique to the world and all the magic in its place, sort of thing. So yeah, I do like world building as well. That's really fun. I'm working. Hello, Tambaku. I'm working on a book series at the moment, and I'm just having a write with me session. So I'm working on this book. Well, book 3 of this series.
Oh, amazing. I hope you like the prequel. I do hope you like it. Amazing. And I hope you enjoy your flight as well. I do like reading on flights. It's so... or listening to an audiobook. But sometimes when you listen to audiobooks, you can't hear instructions. And sometimes the cabin crew gets a bit irritable sometimes. So I don't tend to listen to audiobooks much when I'm traveling. Okay. I've written a very short bit of work today. I have no way have I gone over 1,000 words, but I've been thinking a lot. There's been a lot of thought going into it, which is fine, but I am happy with what I've got. Yeah, I think you have to remember that in a writing session, you're not always going to hit your word count. You're not always going to hit the thousands, or for some, the tens of thousands. Sometimes you have to be just happy with a couple hundred. And I'm actually very happy with a couple hundred today. This is about 660 or 700, because I've started this and I've sort of intertwined it with a running plot that starts in this book, and I've repeated it here because it's a running theme and it's very crucial to the storyline in the entire series. So I'm happy about that. So yes, I'm going to stop there for today, and the next live is going to be on Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT. I will try and put a community post up or a channel post up so everyone sees it. I'm not scheduling lives at the moment because when I've tried to start them from the scheduled program, it hasn't worked properly and it's all very confusing at the moment, but it's fine. So the next live will be on Thursday. I am going to try and do lives pretty much daily, but I just need to get into the rhythm of it. So I will most likely do lives every day this week, but I don't want to promise anything that I might not do, if you see what I mean. So if anyone has missed this video of this live session, you can always go back, watch it, and just write for the entirety of the entire video. And that's the challenge, write for the whole video. And get as much down as you can, and get as much of your ideas down as you can. Okay, so happy writing for much later, and happy reading for those of you who are reading and catching flights. And I will see you definitely on Thursday evening. I might be on tomorrow at the same time as well. So see you later. Bye.